Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity. We're out in the twinkling, beautiful summer sun, which I love. I have this very amethyst feeling. We're out in a glittering kingdom of nature and moonbeams, and I'm really excited. So let's talk about our cards that came up. This is huge. All right, you guys, let me tell you how I began my midday and how I recalibrated my energy with the Shield Your Energy. Look beneath the surface. So immediately I was looking into something that made me think, why do I feel so oppressed by either my scheduling or my inner thoughts or things I think I need to do? And I was like, you know what? This is matrix programming. You need to do this and that. I'm such an artist and such a creative that sometimes I forget that I need a chunk of time alone to really gain access to my creativity, calm, peacefulness, animals, no people. And what I've been doing in the last few days as trying to kind of just help my family members feel good and feel special. And by doing that, I kind of like burnt that candle at both ends, getting the specialized food they like, all of these things. And because of that, what has happened is today it was essential that I had time alone. And guess what happened? Hey, who came home early? Ian and Hagen came home early from work. And I just felt like all I really wanted was time alone. And I was listening to Sarah Bareilles and all of these videos, and I was crying and laughing. A video came up I had never seen before of her, and she's like one of my favorite singers. And I think It Used to Be Me. And it just made me cry because I thought it's so wonderful and beautiful and enriching, and all her lyrics really are. And that is really shielding your energy when you're like taking the things you're supposed to take in, listen to the music you're supposed to listen to, be with the people you're supposed to be around. You don't have to be with certain family members at certain times and feel like you're always available or company or energy for them, especially when you need to heal and step back and just be in your own energy. And that's what this is about. So look beneath the surface right now. What do you really need? Do you need solitude, or do you maybe need people? Do you need friends? Do you need something to enhance your life? Like I realized yesterday, I loved sitting at Joni's dining room table and listening to them and what they were experiencing in their energy. Their energy is non-judgmental, non-critical, youthful, vibrant, artistic, and beautiful. And sometimes I forget, because they are my offspring, that I don't have to like problem solve or come to their rescue. They're just expressing, and it was such a beautiful dynamic. And I thought I need to spend more time with out of my own kind of cycle and circle that I sometimes just make myself exist in. And also, what about you? So let's talk about people. Quick sip of water. What about people you have around you right now? Are they helpful? Are they harming? Are they crowding you? Are they giving you more oxygen, room, energy? What is it? And decide, I don't, just for companionship or people, I'm not going to sacrifice my sanity to just settle. So if this person is just infringing, I'm going to say goodbye to that and not pushing yourself, which is really beautiful. I also adore this next card, which is Sacred Divinity. There are two paths ahead. And I feel like this is ego and intuition. I totally equate this card with this. Ego and intuition are constantly at battle. Our intuition is saying, take it slow, take it easy, breathe in the sunlight, have a restful time, have the kind of day that you want. And the ego is saying, present, perform, do, produce, all of these things that pressurize us and aren't part of maybe our capacity at that moment. It might not be in our bandwidth. We might need a day to check out. You hear all these people like, oh, I'm totally day drinking, or they're like, I am totally having some CBT, or I am totally just going to the beach. I'm checking out. We all do need those days where it's like, we do not need to problem solve for anybody. We do not need to inconvenience ourselves to convenience other people. We are just going to chill out. And today's energy is all about that. It's like a Friday. It's beautiful, but it's a little bit humid and warm and wonderful. And I feel like all our beautiful, amazing animal totems are going to show up. All our beautiful symbolism, all our runic symbolism is going to show up today and tonight and really infuse us with a self of, I've got this. I don't need to be anything other than I am. And I love this thing that I saw this morning, and this blew my mind. I have to have a sip of water, and then I'm going to tell you, because it reminded me of how true this really is. It was I always get all these people mixed up, but she's pretty phenomenal, and for such a youthful, dynamic person, she's got some really great concepts and understanding. As Star Girl Day and Practical Witch, talking about how when we really see the world through like Deepak Chopra, and I talk about this on the bigger channel about this, through his eyes, he says, what if we were really the only existing people on this earth and everything else was a projection to keep us company, to teach us lessons? Like, we're really the only person on this earth. Like, everything else is a reflection, a projection, all of these things that show, teach, and guide us, right? Like, have you ever had that somebody you're feeling really warm and wonderful and caring and stable and grounded and awesome, so you hold the door for somebody and they smile at you, and then they compliment something about you and you compliment them, you open a dialogue, all this rich, beautiful interchange of energy takes place. Right now, a white butterfly is like just hovering right near my face while I'm reading this. And I think that is a truism. I think it's absolutely true that how we view the world, how we view other people, how we view our circumstances come full circle back to us in a really dynamic way. And we're just meant to be like, you know what? I accept this energy, or I redirect this energy. This looks good. This seems like it'll be warm and comforting and helpful and grounding, or this seems a little dramatic or low vibe, so I'm going to opt out. Right? That kind of energy. And I feel like that's what's going to be taking place for us, and we're going to be able to beautifully recognize what shows up for us as being helpful or unhelpful, high vibrational or low vibrational, a deterrent towards our true north, or helpful towards that, like a real beautiful directive, a real calm and awesome, soothing presence in our life. And we all have these people, and they can help us in different ways. And when we connect with them, we really know who loves us and cares for us. Again, it wraps us in that warm blanket of inclusivity. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't need to go make more money or do this or prove this or wear this or showcase this. It is simply, I love you, you're here, and I want to connect with you. And again, reconnecting with that Sarah Bareilles song that was, I think it was something along the lines of I lost her or whatever. I'm going to re-listen to it, but it made me cry because I was like, I love her, and her stuff has helped me like through the years to really recognize. She has this song that says, who died and made you king, or something, who made you king of everything. And I love it because I have had antagonistic bosses throughout the year. I have had sexist, ridiculous, just like alky or druggy or freaky out there nut job bosses that I had to like just navigate around so I could get stuff done professionally. And when I know low vibe energy, there's something in me, the Sagittarius, that goes, hey, let's have a little truth talk here. What's going on? And people don't like that. That are trying to obfuscate or hide. And it's like one of those things where we just have to be like, accept. And now being older and wiser, I'm like, accept. And I also realize that since people don't like judgment, criticism, and all of that, that we can come at it at a different angle, a more peaceful, or a more calm, a more, I accept you. Whatever you have, whatever difficulty you're facing, whatever, it could be anything, whatever addiction you have, whatever misplaced value system you have, I accept you. We all go through these things, right? Sometimes we feel like we are totem of virtue and truth, and other times you feel like, my God, what a calamity of energy. One thing as a Sagittarius, I don't feel like I like to ever, I never would be comfortable in the energy of lying or dishonesty or trying to get something for somebody, get something from somebody for something, like using somebody or riding their coattails or whatever. And other people, they could be conditioned that way. And once we recognize that, we are not to condemn and be harsh to that, but just say, you know what? I am going to shield my energy from that, and I am going to have this sacred divinity that says, I accept you regardless. I understand that we all go through times and situations where we already feel like we're not living up to our highest expectations. So let's give ourselves a little bit of space to grow. And that's it. That's all we need. A little bit of space to grow and move on and process things. That's another thing, being able to process things within our own time frame and not get distracted by people. That's why I felt like today I really, really just wanted the entire day to think and process and study and meditate, and because some people came home early or whatever is happening doesn't mean that I can't do that. Move a muscle and change a thought. I came outside and now I'm able to do that. So this is like not getting caught in that habitual thinking of, people are trying to sabotage our whole dream and take us down. You know what I mean? Like, let's be realistic. People are just doing what they're doing, and we can opt out or we can jump in, either one. And let's just have a fresh perspective on this. So that's your daily pop, you guys. Love and light.